Your Life, a comprehensive book which deals with prevention and management of stress.
Well, let's talk about your background and tell us a little bit about yourself and how you come about writing this book.
Okay, so I am Terrence Foster, MD, a board certified physician who have been practicing for more than 25 years, treated thousands of patients who've been struggling or dealing with stress, dealing with anxiety, pain, and the medical director of an interventional pain management practice in Georgia. And what that means, Becky and Laura, is that I see a lot of patients who very often, they're not only in pain, but they're struggling with stress. So that's, in a sense, the clinical aspect of my background. I've been, as I said, practicing for more than 25 years, treated lots of patients. But in addition to that, it's getting a chance to see those patients on a consistent basis. Because in chronic pain management, you get to see patients who not only come once in a while, but they're coming sometime every month, sometimes every 2 months. So you get to literally develop a relationship with them over time.
Right. And explain, is this something, I mean, have we been dealing with stress for years you've been seeing, or is this something just like after all the couple of years that we've had with COVID?
No. Stress has been with us for eternity and will remain with us for the rest of our lives. The question is not that we have stress, but the extent of stress and the level of stress we have in our lives, because that often determines how effective we are as a person in dealing with stress. Let's look at a broad category of stress. For example, we could see stress in terms of calmness. That's a level of stress. We could see stress in terms of what is called eustress or distress. Now, when you are in distress, of course, that's not a very good state that you're in, because you're at a point where you're not functioning at an optimal level. When you are calm, that can also be not a good state, but in general, when you're calm and you've had a long day, you've been out and gosh, you're taking a break, you're relaxing, and then you say, oh, wait a second, I'm feeling good. But if that's the level that you live, where you just simply just calm and nothing bothers you, you have no deadlines, no pressure, nothing challenging, then that in of itself is not a good state to be in. Therefore, we need to be in a state that is called eustress, where you have a certain level of stress that helps to motivate you, helps to drive you, helps to take you to another level. Whether that be, for example, doing an examination, that would be a good stress to have. You probably just bought a house, a new home. You got to go through a process to get that accomplished. A stress like that is a good stress. Or maybe you might have a new addition to the family, a new birth. That is a good stress to be in. So stress in of itself can be very useful. But we all need some level of stress, and stress will be with us for a long time. Now, stress, of course, can take us to a point where we're so overwhelmed that whatever we're doing it becomes almost impossible, or whatever we're trying to do becomes almost impossible to accomplish, because we are so overwhelmed by stress. And then we don't get much accomplished. And in some cases, we do nothing because we have so many things that we want to do. One of the things that we've outlaid in the book is how do you process all of this? How do you get yourself into a state where you're not in distress, where you expect to have a certain level of stress, but it's manageable. You can manage your stress, you could function, and you could, as I say, enjoy your life. And as I said, there are 40 plus ways to manage stress. We could look at a few of them, and we could talk about what are some of the basic things that we could do to manage stress.
I would love that. Absolutely. Is this something that, like, everyone's stress level's different, though? Is that true? I mean, and that's something that we're born with. Everyone's unique and different.
Right. Stress obviously has a scientific basis. So stress is not just something that, it's in our mind and we're stressed, but we all have stress, and we all have adjusted to different levels of stress. And one of the reasons for that, in part, is because when we're stressed because of something. Stress, if we were to define stress, the stress in a medical context is a physical, mental, or emotional condition that causes bodily or mental tension or emotion. That's a basic definition of stress. Now, it means that you could be stressed because you're worried about paying your bill. You could be stressed because you're in a relationship that is probably toxic and you're trying to get out, but then you don't know how to do that. Or you're afraid that, well, what if I get out and my partner do not appreciate me for wanting to leave the relationship? Or you could be stressed because you have a legal claim against you, or you're going through, you're on your job and you say, oh my gosh, my boss is a problem. Or maybe you're not functioning well at your job and you're worried about you're going to be fired. So stress affects all of us in different categories. What the book entails essentially is a number of areas across life. We're talking about life issues that we discuss and we take. For example, when we talk about stress, we could look at stress from, okay, as I mentioned, for example, job. Why are you stressed? Why are you being stressed on the job? We look at that. We look at, for example, relationship. What relationship do you have? And these doesn't have to be necessarily relationships that are personal, but they could be business relationships, they could be professional relationships. But every relationship result or have the need for dealing with stress, because we have to figure out a way how we're going to interact with people on a day-to-day basis. So that in of itself can be very stressful. How do we communicate with people is another level of stress. And sometimes even from the very way that we present ourselves, how do we dress? How do we look? What clothes do we wear? What about our hairstyle? What about our size clothes we wear? Is it too long? Is it too short? Is it not short enough? Should we wear a head wrap? Should we wear a hat or a cap? Or how should we present ourselves? So all these factors in life, we look at religion. How does religion impact stress? I mean, should I, when we think about religion, about almost 10%, or rather 15% of the world is Christianity. And when we look at that number, we say, okay, well, man, that means that a significant number of the world do not accept Christianity, even though it's probably the largest religion in the world. And we could look at all the different type of religion and say, okay, well, this is my religion and I don't like it. But sometimes people have to process that on an individual basis. They have to figure out, okay, who am I? What am I? Is this good for me? Is it not good for me? And then, of course, we have a lot of people who are non-religious. They have no religion at all. We look at another area of stress, politics. There's always inherent risk and stress in politics because people process all these things. So the gamut of things that cause stress is there. And the question is, how do we not just manage it, but how do we put ourselves in a position where we could prevent stress?
Right. I love that. Now, how do we, and you talk in your book about how to use stress to lower your stress.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, so what I've done, and this is new in the book, is that I've created a concept and I've taken the term stress and I make that into an acronym, and the acronym for that is STRESS, STRESS. So what does that mean? How do we use that to manage stress? Well, one of the key factors in managing stress is one, and that would be S, the first letter of stress, is stress factors. We need to identify our stress factors. And once we identify our stress factors, then we put them in order of, well, that's the first thing. That's the first letter S. And the next thing is T. T, in terms of how we use the acronym to manage stress, is T means the time factor. And time here means what is the time period do we have to resolve our issues? What are the issues? What is the time factor? R is the next letter in stress. Why are we stressed? The reason. Understanding the reason why we're stressed is so important. For example, we could be stressed about my landlord said to me that if I don't pay my rent this month, I'm going to be evicted. And everything is literally written in stone. But then you never know. What if you should find a solution? Then maybe your landlord may give you an extension. So that reason why you're stressed may not be as so overwhelmed, but understanding the reason why you're stressed is very important. Then the next letter in stress is E. E represents the emergency. When we have a number of stress factors, then we have to figure out which of these need emergent attention, or which of these we consider an emergency. In other words, we're going to put them in priority, in order of priority. So once we do that, we're up to E. Then the next letter is STRES. And stress is what solutions are available. Now, this is important because now we have the stress factors, we have the time factor, we have the emergency factor, we have the stress factor, we have the stress factor, then we have the stress factor, we have the emergency factor, the time factor, and then the emergency factor, and then the factor. So all these have to be considered. So we're looking at solutions as S. So S is the solution, and then the final S is what is the source of our solution? How or who can help us? So number one, the stress factor. Number two, the time factor that it takes us to resolve, and R, the reason why we're stressed. E, the emergency or priority. S is the solution that we have, and the final S in stress is what are the source of our solution. So once we have all of those, then we have at least an acronym or a framework in which to use to manage stress. And then we have to go deeper. We have to go deeper and look at our stress factors. We have to go deeper and look at the time. We got to go deeper and look at the reason. We got to look at the emergency or the need for these factors that are in emergency or in order of priority. Because when we put things in order of priority, for example, if you have, let's say you have a condition where you need to, you're about to lose your home and you have a deadline for, let's say, Friday the 30th of April. That's the deadline. But what if you also have a deadline to, okay, your expiration for your contract is going to be expired the same day. Which one do you put in priority? Some people have difficulty in dealing with priority. So they have to take time to figure out what is important and treat those things in order of priority. So the acronym STRESS, STRESS, which of course is the same as stress, encompasses a way where we could literally categorize these issues that we're having and seek solution in order to resolve our problems.
I love this. Now, what age do you recommend, or who do you recommend to read the book? Who do you think this is? When you wrote this, who did you write this for mainly?
Right. When I write the stress book, 41st Ways to Manage Stress and Enjoy Your Life, I'm thinking of adults in general. Now, here's why. When we look at the stress, we talk about 40+ ways to manage stress and enjoy your life. This is a book which includes a number of solutions, a number of what we call factors. So we look at, okay, it is full of actions that will help people who are struggling in trouble, struggling with toxic relationships, struggling with stressful jobs, making intentional decisions, people who are struggling with destructive behavior, and a number of challenging situations. So, to the question, who are these people? That is everybody. Now, you may not have all of these things happening to you at the same time, Becky. But what the question then, well, why would I need a book like this? Because at some point in your life, you or someone you know will have any or one or more of these problems that are having. It could be, well, how do I protect my position that I have? All the things that I have, all the things that I stress about, how will these things become important to me? How do I protect them so that I don't stress over it. For example, what if you have a home? I mean, is it properly insured? What if you have a car? Does it have the right amount of insurance and a different type of insurance? What if you have well, here's another one. What about estate? Do you have the right planning of your estate in place? For example, do you have a last will? Do you have a living trust? Should you have one? Why should you have one? These are some of the things. So when we asked about who is this book for, this book, I'm not going to say it's for everyone, but it's a book that could benefit almost everyone. It's a book that is very wide in terms of its reach, and a book that has so many different areas of things that are covered and will be beneficial to most people. So I say, someone who reviewed the book said this book is ideal as a reference book with respect to stress management and prevention. And sometimes, Becky and Lori, when you look at many books, they're written in terms of how do we manage stress. But one of the things that is so central to this book is that it also focuses on prevention. So in terms of who should buy this book, I say most people will benefit from this book because it helps to allow you to think about some of the things that you probably have thought about. But sometimes in life when we hear things the second time, it gets reinforced. Then it means something to us and it allows us to take action that can be of benefit to most of us.
Right. And stress can cause so much to your health that you don't even realize it.
Yes, indeed. Stress can cause so many different things to our lives. And it could cause irritability. It could cause online psychiatric symptoms to get worse. And sometimes you may not have any psychiatric problem at all or underlying psychiatric problem, whether it be anxiety, depression. All these things can be made worse by stress. Some people will find that they have palpitations. Over a long period of time, they may develop gastrointestinal symptom or stomach problem or problem with their intestines. Some people will have difficulty with digestion. They'll have difficulty with their heart. They will have palpitation. They'll have dizziness. So there's a myriad, so many things that could result from people not having control or adequate control of their stress. So, and the thing about this is that over a long period of time, that these symptoms, they do get worse, particularly if the stress is not addressed. And by addressing stress, we talk about that acronym, but one of the things that I also recommend in the book is that people should seek professional help. Now, not every time that we have some stress level, it means that, oh man, I got to find a doctor, I got to find some psychologist or psychiatrist to deal with the issues that I'm facing. No, that's not what I mean. But there comes a point there will come a point in your life, if you're having a lot of stress, that you have to seek professional help. That is help beyond what you could get from your friends, your colleagues. But people will look at you not so much as, okay, this is my friend, I'm going to tell them exactly what they want to hear. But you'll find someone who could look at your problem objectively, evaluate it, and then give you a course of action. And that's so important, so that these symptoms that you're having that could be made worse by continuous stress is reduced or have a chance of becoming more manageable. Because once you're able to manage these symptoms and signs that are affecting you adversely, then you're going to be able to, as I say, enjoy your life much more.
Right. Very good, very good. All right, so how do we get one of the books? And tell us where we go.
The cover of the book is
the
beautiful.
Books are available in multiple formats. They're available in ebook or Kindle. They're available in paperback, hardcover, or audiobook. They're available on Amazon and wherever books are sold. So, you could find the book there. The Stress Book, 40+ Ways to Manage Your Stress. The Stress Book, 40+ Ways to Manage Life. I should know the title of my book. The Stress Book, 40+ Ways to Manage Stress and Enjoy Your Life, is available at Amazon and wherever books are sold. I also have a website that is dterrencefoster.com. So anyone can find the book at any books are sold on Amazon, or you can go to my website, dterrencefoster.com, and you will see links there that will get to where you could buy the book. And you will also see other projects that I'm working on as well.
Laura had something, I don't know if you caught what she said.
I was just saying that the cover of your book is just relaxing in itself.
Yes.
So in your book, do you talk about going to those beaches and getting away?
Right, yeah, actually, yes, it is. One of the things I talk about, there are 22 chapters in the book. One of the chapters is taking time for yourself and for your loved ones. I also have a section in there that deals with going on vacation and some of the stresses that one can prevent when they're on vacation. So the book has a beautiful cover, as you could see. This is, in essence, a wonderful place you could be to just relax and have fun. So, but for you to do that, you have to, of course, manage your life. You got to manage the stresses that are affecting you. And if you can do that, ladies, I mean, there are going to be a lot of good things happening in your life, because stress, as I said, it can motivate us to do things, but if it's become to a point where we are in distress, then of course we will have challenges. But yes, this cover is beautiful, and if you could get to a place where you could just relax and just, pamper yourself, give yourself a vacation, make time for your family, make time for your kids. Sometimes, life today, particularly as we get if you get over, say, 30, and we're really working, life just goes by very, very quickly. And when we look at the times we're in now, or, hopefully we're coming out of in this pandemic, we see so many people who are struggling with, the pandemic. People are losing their loved ones. They're getting severely ill, and they're just not as functioning as they used to be. And it is sad, but it should be a wake-up call for all of us to try to find ways to, enjoy our life, enjoy the life of our family, make time for each other, and cherish the ones we love so that, they can be a part of our lives, and we can be a part of their life, because sometimes, at the end of the day, we can't take anything with us when we're gone.
Absolutely.
Let's make the best of our lives.
I agree. And today is actually Earth Day. So how apropos to get out and enjoy and be a part and realize and bring it to the forefront, what might be stressing you, work with it, deal with it, and definitely this book, and Mother's Day is coming up. This would be a great book for mom too.
It will be. And talking about, as I mentioned, how comprehensive the book is, it is considered by many literary agents as one of the most comprehensive books in the field of stress management and prevention. And what you talk about today being Earth Day, we talk about the environment in the book, about enjoying nature. We don't do a lot of that.
Yeah.
It is. I mean, we look at what the environment has. We look at the vegetation, the sea, the wind, the water. There's just so much out there for us to enjoy. But very often we get so busy doing the things that we believe we should be doing. We're on a treadmill in life. And sometimes we just have to get off the treadmill and enjoy our environment, enjoy nature, enjoy life, because that, in essence, is one of the things that will motivate us, that will make our lives better overall. But we have to create the time in our life for ourselves and our family to do that.
Absolutely. Very good, very good. Dr. Foster, we appreciate so much you talking with us this morning. Get the book, 40 Plus Ways to Manage Stress and Enjoy Your Life. Love that. And I'm a firm believer in that too. And we appreciate you taking time with us again this morning.
Well, thank you so much, Lori and Becky. It's been a pleasure, and have a wonderful day, both yourself and your audience. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy Friday.
Bye-bye.
All right, very good, very good. And, I remember years ago being told, that a lot of times, and Laura, you're in the health field, so, being told that a lot of times people don't realize what's wrong with them, and it could be stress or worry and all that stuff can really cause, like, a lot of medical conditions.
Absolutely. And, just as he was saying with the pandemic and, everything, it has really compiled and, you know, as we're kind of working our way out of it, you know, as the guidelines kind of start to decrease, I kind of feel myself just kind of like, whew, you know, I can breathe a little better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with every restriction that's lessened, and I didn't realize how much I was holding that in. You know, to just try to go on and live the new normal. So yeah, I totally agree. And you know, he mentioned vacations.
Yeah.
Woo! I need a vacation from a vacation
Yeah.
when I do vacation.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm like, that kind of hits home. You're speaking to me there.
Yeah. Well, it seems like a lot of times when you go on vacation, you have to do so much work to get to vacation. You know, right?
And then when you get to vacation, I feel like it's stressful trying to keep everybody on task so you get everything completed that you had planned for the vacation. And by the time you're ready to relax, vacation's over. It's time to come home.
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, if it's a family vacation and you try to pack everything that you possibly can need, which that's right there. A lot, and then when you get there, then unpacking all of that,
and then you forgot the trip there.
Yeah,
everything that happens.
From point A to point B, and are we there yet?
I'm hungry. We have to stop and pee. Yeah. Where is this? I can't find my charger as you're unpacking the entire car because you know right where you packed it. It's at the very bottom of the mess.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. No, it's true. And then getting there, and then yes, and so it can be a lot. Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
And I think also, I mean, you were talking about, you know, kind of calmer, but I think almost just the opposite in the fact we've had a couple of years where we've not really had a lot going, and now everything's opening up, and now it's like full throttle, and that's where it just seems like so much going on, you know, and I think that's been a little bit of, you know, a lot keeping up with it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, where we're, you know, we are back to doing basically everything we did pre-pandemic. I guess I meant on the healthcare side of it. Kind of some of the guidelines are relaxed.
That was,
so
I definitely
I don't have to worry so much about, you know, I mean, before we would get, you know, 2 or 3 updates a day. We never knew which direction we were going with all the updates. We would get one thing implemented and then it would change by noon and you had to change, you know, go total opposite direction. And then, you know, 5 o'clock you're getting ready to go home and another updates came down and you're back to square one.
Right.
You know, so we aren't doing that as much anymore, thank heavens for that.
Exactly.
But, you know, I do agree with
I was going to say, because I know your schedule, and I mean, when things start opening up, you know, I mean, it's it's game on. You know,
it is.
And I open my calendar, and like every day's got like 6 things on there. You know what I mean? And it's just like, and you know, that
how am I going to
I try to close that calendar as quick as I can. No, don't look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm wanting that day that there's not something there, you know, and it's not, you know. And so there comes back our word when we have to use the word no.
I know,
right?
Such a hard word for me.
I know. We hate that in our vocabulary, but it's part of it, or something. I don't know. Or something's gonna have to, you know.
Something has to give.
Yeah.
You know, I have tried to not plan stuff for Sundays. Mm-hmm. That's kind of been my new thing.
Remember, let's go back to our January. You and I spoke. We were supposed to be using the word no and doing a little more
self-care.
No, that's out the window.
That is not happening.
This is April and I already blow that one out of here.
Sundays I used to always like set my week up so it would go a little smoother, you know, spend half of my day working so I didn't have to do as much during the week, and that still didn't help. So I've kind of stepped back from doing that, and you know, I do Monday morning coffee club, and then I go and prepare for my week and get everything lined out and ready to go. And I just take my Sunday that I was spending 4 or 5 hours and just, you know, read, you know, prepare a nice meal, bake. I love to bake. Mm-hmm. Just do things that I enjoy doing. So I have at least took
Good
those
for you.
2 hours back.
Yay.
And
That's a
And-
large step for mankind. Good for you. That's a
I
large step in the
had
right
to.
direction. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
These last few months, I've just decided that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know. I feel like I at least accomplished something
No, I
for
think it's
myself.
wonderful. No, I think it's fantastic. I do. I think it's great. Good for you. Yay. Good for you. Well, as things are opening up, and I think the stress levels, everybody's different, and I just want everybody to remember that, because it doesn't bother you does not mean it's not bothering someone else.
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's something that I just want everybody always to remember that, that everybody's stress level is different, everybody's unique, and we have to respect and honor and be kind. Be kind. It's
Yes.
just so important, and we just it's just something that we just have to do, I guess. And anyway, and today is Earth Day, and I always love Earth Day. That's whenever, remember in school we get like trees. They always give us trees, and we've got some that the girls brought home that we planted that were absolutely wonderful.
There's some that we have of the boys that are planted. My mom still has some that we planted as kids.
Yeah.
And they're huge. They're beautiful.
I know. I love that.
Love it.
Well, and I'm all about nature. I love that, and I love just the every bit of it. I'm 100% with it. So I love Earth Day. Yeah.
Me too. I seen that the Salem Science Club, I believe it was, planted a bunch of trees, like 150, 200 trees,
awesome.
along the walking trail. So I'm excited to walk that with the pups and watch them grow.
And then wait, like each year you'll keep growing and going.
Yes.
Yeah, isn't that awesome? Yeah.
I'm super excited and proud of them.
I love that too.
That was a great idea, much needed. I am looking forward to watching them grow.
Absolutely.
Kudos to them.
Yeah, plant a tree today or any day. And I do know Walmart's got some gorgeous trees over there. Yeah.
I've been looking at them.
Yeah.
I really want a weeping willow.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, love that.
That's my next
big adventure.
Big tree.
There you go. I love that. Yeah, the weeping willows. This has been years ago. My grandparents had one, and it was so strong and such a sturdy weeping willow that you could tie the branches together and make a swing.
Yes.
And my grandpa would swing me because those were it was so mature and so big that he could tie those, and I would swing back and forth. I love that. I love that. Yeah, love those. All right, this is the 22nd day of April. Wow, we're getting on the downhill slide. This is In God We Trust Day. Absolutely. We need him. We trust him and we need him.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Everywhere, anywhere we go, we need him. With us 100% all the time. April Showers Day. Remember?
Yes.
All right. Chemists celebrate the Earth Day.
That's a good one.
Love that. Science or Day of Silence. Day of Silence. Very hard for us. Very hard for me.
Absolutely.
Although sometimes I do like quiet.
Me
You
too.
Yeah.
Me too. Sometimes at night when I'm driving home from school, I will just turn the radio off and I just take that moment of silence.
We did say it's Earth Day. Love Earth Day, and get out and enjoy, and get out and see Mother Earth.
Absolutely. It's supposed to be beautiful today.
I know. What a blessing for that. Yeah,
80.
we've had some Earth Days where I've gone to different events and it's just been free.
Yeah.
So this is going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
Girl Scout Leader Day. I'm going to give a shout out to who we love, Holly. Holly Thompson, if you are listening, we know, and Holly is like the role model of Girl Scout Leader.
Absolutely. She is amazing. I remember her first year when the girls decided that they wanted to do Girl Scouts, and they had asked her to be a leader, and I remember how scared and nervous she was, and she sat in that for a moment, and then she got the guidebook, she got everything you could dream of Girl Scouts, and went full throttle, head on into it, and I mean, she just does so much.
She's always doing something with that trip. Always doing something. Always something. My mom was a Girl Scout leader, and now, and she did a great job too. But I can remember like all of the Girl Scout cookies being in our living room. I remember her saying, "Do not touch those."
Absolutely.
But anyway, But now we have so many different things that they can do. You know, so
Oh,
many
yeah.
options and so many things. And Holly just kicks it. I mean, she's a
Absolutely.
shaker and
They have
mover.
a huge summer vacation planned for her troop.
I know
mean,
she does. Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
going to be amazing. I can't wait
Yeah.
to see pictures.
Yeah. This is also National Jelly Bean Day.
Yay!
Yay!
Favorite kind of jelly bean? What's your favorite color?
Oh, well, we've been having some. We've been trying some. From the taco ones to the ones you got me, the
coffee.
coffee.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin' Donuts, Have Mercy, coffee, and jelly beans. How wonderful! To the they had this. What was the other one? The Starburst. Oh, and the what's the confetti? They had the confetti ones. And then I just love, and I don't know why. There's like a popcorn one,
Oh, yes.
and it's just really creamy or buttery and
Uh-huh.
just good. Yeah, what's your favorite?
If it's a normal bag of jelly beans, I like the red ones.
I was gonna say the
the
red, yeah,
best. But I like the Dr. Pepper if I'm doing the Jelly Belly
Oh.
ones. Those are my
Have
favorites.
Mercy, yeah.
You know, when me and my sister did our girls trip in Vegas, they had a huge big like strip mall of candy.
Yeah.
And they had like the one you could choose which flavor you wanted. So we just got little individual bags of the Dr. Pepper ones because that's both of our favorites.
I love Dr. Pepper anyway. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so
You know that it's funny you say Dr. Pepper. It's funny they I heard Cher say the number one thing that she wants in her dressing room is a Dr. Pepper. I love that. And I think, yeah,
absolutely.
I can hang out with her.
Oh, yeah.
And give her some jelly beans. Look at that. That'd be a win.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe.
That's awesome.
Anyway, no, Jelly Bean Day, and there's a lot of jelly beans actually on sale. So go get some jelly beans right now. Yeah. Here's what, and just like it's funny, the peanut butter egg.
Oh,
okay.
yes.
So my son-in-law, had some, and they were sitting there. Okay. Well, usually he doesn't sit around very long. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So he was sitting there, and I was like, whose are these? Those are mine. I'm going to eat those. So he opened them up and ate them in front of me. Okay, so I was thinking, oh, this is the good ones, the eggs with the chocolate. I was telling him, you're not going to, this is going to be gone.
Oh,
You have this one chance to eat these right now, and then the rest of the year, not until another year, you're going to find, which I know they have other ones for different holidays, but the eggs with the chocolate and the peanut butter, they're the golden.
Absolutely.
That's the favorite child right there. So I told him, well, he he ate them. So I had to go to Walmart and I had to get some because I sit there and watched him eat. He would have gave me his. He would have gave me. He would have gave me them all. He had more than one and he would have shared. But I was like, no, because these are precious. This is precious because these are not going to be around. You know what I mean? When they're gone, they're gone. You won't find these. So anyway, so I had to go, and they do have some more at Walmart, or they did. I don't know as of right now, but they did have some.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think, I wonder if you could freeze those. If you could freeze them and then bring them out like for Mother's Day or something. You know what I mean? Or or like a special something, right? Yeah. Anyway,
sounds good.
So
to me.
good, so good.
Yum,
So yeah,
yum, yum.
yeah. So I had to have one last blast with Easter. So
See? Mother's Day.
yeah, that's exciting for sure. Yeah,
And the Derby.
Derby, ready, excited about the Derby and all the festivities. All kinds of stuff. We have Thunder over Louisville going on this weekend. All kinds of activities going on for Derby related, and I'm going to be there at a lot of them. So it should be exciting. Yeah,
I can't wait.
Definitely going to be a different year than what we've had.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Also, so anyway, get out and enjoy. And there are some actual jelly beans that are left. So over there at Walmart. So take advantage, or they were. Okay. All right. Also, let's see here. They are actually making, which I love this idea. They're making dog beds for humans that you can buy. I love this. So we treat our pets like humans now. So I guess treating ourselves like pets is the next logical step. Okay. And locally, I guess 2 college students Actually, they're from British Columbia, so I don't know. Just launched a new product called Kickstarter. It's a dog bed for people. It's called the Fluffy, and it looks like a dog bed but bigger. The two guys behind it said they're both really big nappers. One of them recently saw a cushion bed that a friend made for their Great Dane and realized it was almost big enough for a person to sleep on, which is true because I get a big one for my Great Dane. They described the dog beds made as human standards with memory foam and ultra soft fake fur cover. These things are not cheap though. You can pre-order one. Oh gosh, they're really expensive. Oh man. You can pre-order them for $350. Eventually, they plan on selling them for $500. I don't think so. You can buy a pretty good mattress for that much. Yeah, so that's ridiculous. It seems like plenty of people are interested, though. They're hoping to raise $25,000 to launch the business, and they're already raised over $100,000. They say their first orders should ship in November, just in time for Christmas. Okay.
Ooh, you could buy you a nice couch that folds out. Like, nah.
Yeah, that's way too much. That. Way too much money. But I like the concept, and I'll tell you why. Because I always think of it like almost like a, if you will, and a lot of your dog beds almost look like a nest.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And we always talked about that. I always laughed at with the girls because they love their beds and always like their nest. You know what I mean? That's their nest. And so, and I think that comfort of the, like the dog bed, the rounded edges, the coming up. I think all of them you could lay on that, your head on that. You can kind of almost like a cuddling, like a cuddle. You know what I mean, like a cuddling. I think that's wonderful, but I think the price is ridiculous.
Ooh.
Yeah, somebody needs to make that a little cheaper.
Yeah,
I think it's a great idea, and I think even like watching TV. Like if you had one, in your living room, or like had one in your family room, or if you had an extra room or whatever, basement or whatever. If you had kind of a game room or a family or whatever, you could actually put something like that, which would be fun to watch TV and eat popcorn or whatever, or eat your Reese's.
It kind of reminds me. I'm thinking the like the adult size bean bags. That
that's what I was thinking exactly.
They're a lot cheaper.
They
do the same
concept. If they would curl up a little, you need them to curl up a little bit there. But the bean bags, those big ones are so heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when they are put down, they are like those are heavy.
Absolutely.
That's bean bag stuff is heavy. That's just I didn't realize those big ones. Like when you get like almost like a couch one, it looks like almost like a kidney.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that right? It looks like a kidney or something like that. And a bean, maybe that's it. It's a bean. You ever seen the bean in Chicago?
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
They have a big bean.
Love it.
It's so funny. Everybody's like, you got to go see the bean. I could not figure out what they were talking about.
Oh my goodness.
So I had to go see the bean.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It is cool.
It is really neat. It is something to see. I do suggest going to see that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But anyway, okay, it looks like a bean bag or a kidney, whatever. Maybe I was thinking kidney bean.
I was thinking maybe she needs a kidney bean.
I don't know what I meant. I don't know. Anyway, but if it would curl up a little bit, like make more of a nest or more of a, I think that's wonderful. I think that would be great, but I think the price is, it's a no-go for me. Yeah. No, this will not be on. There's nobody going to be getting this for Christmas.
Yeah, don't put it on your wish list, people.
Yeah, not in the budget, okay? But anyway, but it is funny how they come up with this stuff. Okay. So Bill Murray, which I'm a huge fan, and one of my favorite movies is What About Bob?
Yes.
Love Bill Murray. Well, he actually is in. He did something inappropriate on a movie set. I don't know what he did, but we'll see. Maybe I don't know if I got to tell, but we'll see here. The production was suspended on Monday because someone accused Murray of inappropriate behavior. There's no word what he did, but he reported he had nothing to do with it. The production company is looking into it, and there's no word when the filming will resume. Murray will be part of the movie going forward, or if Murray will be part of the movie going forward. So, I'm going to be interviewing Joan Rivers' daughter, Melissa.
Ooh.
And I'm just curious, when I interview her, I wonder, like, on Joan Rivers, Joan Rivers was pretty on what she spoke of and how she talked. And there wasn't much filter, if you will.
Yeah.
And I wonder if that would work today. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
So I'm anxious to interview her. I think that's gonna be good. I was a huge fan of Joan Rivers.
Absolutely.
She was absolutely hilarious. I mean, you know what I mean? But yeah. Anyway, and for her to have, like, if I was a celebrity and she mentioned my name, good or bad, I would have just been happy that she said my name.
Absolutely.
And I'm sure there would have been a lot of funny things she could have said about me.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, did you just say, oh, yeah?
I'm just saying,
Did you just
she
say,
can
oh,
turn
yeah?
any situation
All right, Laura.
into a comedic.
Explain that, Laura. Oh, yeah, she could really have found a lot about you, Becky. Yeah.
No, she can
Laura
turn any
Lee.
situation into comedy.
No,
She
I'm joking.
truly
I
is
know.
good.
No, I know that. She picked up on the little things. That's why I liked her so well. No, I'm joking. I
Even
know.
your nail polish. She
Oh,
could
she
have had a
didn't
full day with it.
She didn't miss a beat. No, she's always on something. Yeah, yeah. Also, and this was actually yesterday. You probably already heard about it. Mike Tyson punched a guy who was bugging him on an airplane. So the moral of the story is: do not bug Mike Tyson.
Ooh.
Yeah. Remember when remember it was a big controversy, him and that lady dated. Remember when they broke up? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, that was it was a hot mess. Yeah, it was a big mess. Okay, there was a guy harassing him on an airplane on Wednesday. Well, okay, why do that? Mike was on his way from San Francisco to Miami for a convention when someone started bothering him from the seat behind him, and the guy was actually saying mean things to him. So then it shows the guy with some, I guess Mike turned around took care of the situation. The guy had some cuts on his face. I can't even imagine a pound from Mike. I bet that would be mighty. Doesn't look like too much damage. Mike leaned over his own seat back, punching down while another guy was trying to stop him. So it's not like as if he was landing, great punches. Tyson's rep said the idiot actually threw a water bottle at him, but there's no video of that. Police are looking into it. They say the so-called victim was treated for non-life-threatening injuries, which could have been life-threatening.
Absolutely, it's Mike Tyson. Why would you do that?
Yeah, and didn't really. He didn't really. I guess they said that the victim didn't really cooperate with the investigation. So I don't know. But you started. Don't be starting something that won't be nothing.
Absolutely.
And and you're starting with Mike Tyson. Be nice. Do we not just say that? Right? Okay, so let's find out another thing too. Road rage, okay?
Oh, lands.
It looks like people with kids are more likely to have road rage. You think that's true?
Yeah, absolutely, because they need a snack. They need their movie started. They need their shoe back on. They need their
shoes. I had a daughter that took off her shoes and would throw them out the window. And I promised we would get to events. And
one shoe.
Yeah, I took my girls with me to events. Yeah, and there would be no shoes. It would be horrible. Yeah, so I'd always have to bring an extra pair of shoes in the back. Yeah, because yep. I talked about that often with her. Okay, let's see. The full story. A new study found half of us engaged in at least one or two forms of road rage, but one group of people, or even likely to do it, are parents. 53% of people with kids under 18 have road rage, compared to 46% of people without kids. Let's see, and even for people with kids over 18, it's 49% still. 56% of Americans think their driving angry is justified. At least sometimes men were more likely to agree than women, and people in the Western states are more likely to agree with that. Okay, so here are the top road rage things.
Okay, I'm ready.
1, shouting.
Oh, yeah.
Or laying on your horn.
Mm-hmm.
25% have done it in the past 2 years.
I've done it in the past week.
Do you really?
I honked my horn because we were in a turning lane and it had been green forever, and the lady, you could see it on her, in her mirror, that she was on her phone, not paying any attention, and we had a green arrow to turn, and it's a very short little light anyways, and then she's messing on the phone. So I did honk the horn.
Oh, okay.
She moved.
Okay. 25% have done it in the past 2 years. So, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2.
Agreed.
Criticizing or threatening gestures.
Yeah.
Like giving someone the finger.
Absolutely.
Have you? 24% have done that. Yeah. Number 3, tailgating someone on purpose
No, I don't do that.
or just to annoy them. No, that's 12% do that. Cutting someone off or blocking them from merging. 12% do that.
Well, I will say, the other night I was coming home from Louisville.
Let's say this: you are on the road a lot.
I am. I
So
am.
you are-
so I have a ton of driving fiascos.
Yeah.
Anywho, I get off the interstate, get on 65 North to take the exit, there at Sellersburg to come to Salem. And everyone, it's down, the construction is going on, so it's down to one lane. And, everyone is trying to merge. And you've got these people that are driving up the other side, clogging the whole thing. So the semi behind me finally pulls over and blocks both of the lanes. And I'm thinking, thank heavens we might start. And we did start moving, but it's like, why are you being so rotten? Why are you in driving on the wrong side and everything else?
Yeah.
Knowing it's one lane.
Right.
We all want to get there.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And you see those like zoom, like by you or whatever they're doing.
And then cut over.
Yeah, and that happens all the time right there where you're talking about too.
Yeah.
That happens all the time because they're in the wrong lane.
Mm-hmm.
So then you get to the stoplight and they're right there. I mean, they didn't get them anywhere.
No.
Did not get you anywhere. You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
That's funny. Okay. Let's see here. Cutting someone off. Okay, this is number 5. Chasing another driver. 5% done it in the past 2 years. No. Number 6, getting out of the car to confront someone. 5% said they do that, and that's a big no. No.
Not doing it.
So,
Well, I do about half of those.
Yeah. You do. Yeah. So you're not too bad. Yeah.
No, it's not for as many miles as I drive.
Yeah,
every
you
week.
do. You do. You drive a lot. Yeah. Okay, it's Earth Day, and for most in the world, Russia with 18. Let's wait. Hang on. Where is it saying? I don't know. Earth Day. I don't know. I guess the forest. Okay, they're saying who has the most forest. Okay, so it looks like Russia has about 815 million. Brazil the second, followed by Canada, and then the U.S. as far as like forestries. Did not know that. And the U.S. the total forest has increased actually by 18 million since 1990. On average, that's around 1,200 NFL football fields every day. So that's cool. So we are increasing on our forestry, which is cool because our trees, we learn from the Lorax, helps us. Remember, I speak for the trees.
Absolutely.
So it's a good thing, and I think Earth Day brings awareness to it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there are 421 different words for snow in Scottish language, even though Scotland only averages about 15 to 20 snowy days a year. Okay.
Well, that's kind of unique.
Okay. There is a myth that lobsters are immortal because they don't show any signs of aging and they seem to only die from external causes. They do produce enzyme that repairs their cells and helps their DNA to they can die naturally. It takes a while, so some lobsters can live up to be 100 years old. Who knew that about the lobster?
I had no idea.
I really like lobsters with butter.
You and me both.
Yeah. You can't be. I like lobster for sure. Yeah. Okay. Sounds good. All right, Laura, we'll let you get out of here. So I guess Salem Crossing Meadowview, you guys got a lot going on. I do want to say hats off to our football program at Salem.
Yes.
Going to be doing some mulching.
Doing mulching tomorrow.
Making our community beautiful, helping people out.
A lot of people took part in the, have ordered the mulch, and the kids, the players and parents are going to go
love that,
deliver it and spread it and hopefully beautify our community a little.
I love it.
Super. It's a great fundraiser for them, and I know they're excited and they're ready to go. So
and the weather's going to be nice.
Yay.
I think they're starting at 8 a.m.
All right.
So-
All right. If I see them out, I'm going to honk.
Absolutely.
Get them support. Give them, hats off to them. Love that.
Yeah.
What a great workout to do for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
excited for them.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good, well, it should be a great day.
Yeah, for
People
sure.
are supposed to be, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, Laura, thanks for coming in and hanging out. Let's take our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Uplands, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Curley Wealth Management.
Everyone, have a happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Earth Day.
Yes.